Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make are chocolate chip marshmallow cookies. These particular cookies, well, they come out so delicious. They're almost like a brownie, and then they're almost like, remind me of a s'more, and then they also taste like a toffee candy also within the cookie. So let's get started. You could use your stand-up, as I am, mixer or your hand mixer. I prefer to use the stand for this recipe. I'm going to start off by using a half a cup of butter. I went ahead and I cut it up into small pieces because I do believe that it does. It just breaks up faster for you that way to start to cream it. And that's what I'm doing right now. And also, we're going to be putting in brown sugar, and you're going to need a half a cup of brown sugar. So I'm going to put that in with the butter and cream it together till it's smooth. And that shouldn't take you very long at all. And then we're also going to be putting in a half a cup of your granulated sugar. And the same thing on medium speed, and just till everything kind of comes together and creams and it looks smooth, relatively smooth. And I'm just going to clean the sides up a little bit here and get to the bottom because it has a tendency not to mix all the way down. So I want to get that in there. Okay. Now, the next thing that you're going to be putting in is 2 eggs, and I've had those also at room temperature, and I'm going to just put one in at a time and beat them until they all come together. There's the second one. I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. I want to move it along due to the video. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to be putting in vanilla. And we're going to put a half a teaspoon of vanilla in. And I'll again just beat that. You want this butter mixture to be smooth, fluffy, so it looks a bit light, you know. So I'm going to raise my speed. Again, just get to the bottom and work the sides of the bowl a little bit here. Okay? Alright, very good. Next, well, we're going to need flour. So we're going to put 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. And I'm going to put a little bit in at a time. And just on low till I get it all in there. Next, I'm going to need a 1/4 cup of unsweetened baking cocoa, and I'm going to put that in. And that was 1/4 cup. We're also going to need baking soda. So we're going to put 1 teaspoon of baking soda in, and we're going to be putting in only 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And again, now I'm going to raise my speed, bring it all together so that the cookie dough becomes really smooth and well combined. And once again, I want to work those sides of the bowl, get that down in there to the bottom. And then I'd like to show you what I have so far. And this is what it'll look like. It's really very very light and delicate. Okay, and we're going to beat this just for a couple more seconds here. Okay, now the next thing is you can beat them in, or you can do it by hand, but we're going to put 2 cups of chocolate chips in. Okay, 2 cups. And I'm going to do it a little low because I don't want them to get broken up. The last thing that you're going to put in is 2 cups of your mini or miniature marshmallows. 2 cups. And again, you just want to stir this in because you don't want, you know, the marshmallows to get well, you don't want them to get too broken up. So that's all that I'm going to do with that. Now I'll take the paddle out of here. Just take my excess off as much as I can here. There we go. And we'll set that aside for the moment. And I'll show you again what the cookie dough looks like here. I just want to make sure that the chocolate chips and the marshmallows are pretty evenly combined. All right, and that's what it's going to look like. Okay, now you're going to need a cookie sheet or a cookie pan, and you'll want to either grease them, whatever you prefer to use, or I just actually use a spray, but I spray it pretty generously on my pan. The next thing is you can put this down with a teaspoon or a cookie scoop. This is actually a small one that I'm using. And you're going to bake these cookies at 375. They are going to spread out, so you don't want to put them too close to one another, that type of thing. And the what I like to do, I'm just going to quickly put them down here on my cookie pan to show you. Try to even them out as much as you can. They're not going to come out perfect. And this is optional. What I like to do is I like to take these chocolate sprinkles or jimmies, and I just, you know, put on as many as I feel that I want. And I just sprinkle those on the top of the cookie because they bake up really pretty with these little jimmies. But again, that's optional. You don't have to put those on. And once again, it's going to go in a 375 oven, and they're going to take you anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. Now, when they come out, of course, you need to put this on a cooling tray and wait 2 or 3, even up to 5 minutes before you move the cookies, because they will break very easily, that type of thing. Now, on the amount of cookies that I got, it was really a pretty big batch. I actually got 43 cookies out of this, this recipe. These cookies can be eaten warm or cold. They really come out so delicious. As I mentioned earlier, they're not going to come out all perfectly shaped. Here's an idea how big I made mine. They will come out a medium brown on the bottom. And as I said, because there's that marshmallow in them, they're going to sort of blow up when they're baking under the heat. So you're going to see some of them, you'll be able to see the marshmallows in it, or they might be misshaped a little bit, but these are just fabulous tasting cookies. When you break open to them, they're extremely moist. They're crispy on the outside, top and bottom, but inside it's almost a moist chocolate fudgy cookie. It just tastes fantastic with a glass of cold milk or a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, that kind of thing. So, you know, give this recipe a try. I hope you like these cookies. If you do, I'd like to hear from you. Leave a comment. And as always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to Diane Lovetobake.